Hey, so, hey, my name's Hilla. I'm a field rapper and a YouTuber, and here I am today. Recently, I watched Avengers: Age of Ultron, and I was talking to my friend Kathy earlier last week, no, later last week, and we were like just talking about Avengers movies and whether they're cinema or not, and she was like, "Nah," and I was like, let me rewatch a movie that I don't really remember quite well, and I don't remember Age of Ultron quite fondly. I remember I remember Captain America: Civil War fondly. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I wanted to rewatch the Avengers one of the Avengers movies I don't remember that well and see how it holds up. And I was fascinated and I was surprised by how much I appreciate this movie now, rewatching it and seeing what it set up and the story it was trying to tell, and how it portrayed Tony Stark, and how it kind of built up to a sacrifice in Endgame. And it was interesting seeing Tony worried about saving the world, having this dream of all his friends dying, and his biggest fear is that everyone died and he didn't, and he's the only one who survived, showing that his greatest fear. And seeing in Endgame how he sacrificed, it makes more sense why he had to sacrifice himself from Age of Ultron. And seeing how Tony just wanted to protect the world, and how Tony's main arc has been since the first Avengers movie that he doesn't want, I think, he doesn't want the Jatari to ever attack. He doesn't want the Earth to ever be in that state of trouble again. He doesn't want to deal with those high stakes, because even the Avengers wouldn't know how to solve those high stakes. And the Avengers is supposed to be the best of humanity, the strongest, the smartest, the most trained, and they couldn't save it unless there was a fluke. And you can see Captain America, you can see him being portrayed as being hopeful, as whether we win or lose this battle, we're going to win and lose it together. He has this more honor and military thing going on, and Tony is more like, I want to protect the world at all costs. It doesn't matter what rules I break in the process. And you can see even it comes back in Endgame where Cap wasn't cool with what happened with the world, but I suppose he preferred that to doing it, to saving the world in a way that wasn't honorable to him. And you can see like the characterization, the story, how the story was built up. And it did come to me recently, and this is just me freestyling. I haven't written the script, I haven't written a proper retrospective. This come to me recently, and the Avengers movies are actually well written and are beautiful movies, and they have an interesting story that they are telling that is cinematic, that is a big story. And when we look at how the characters go from point A to B, and how they develop and how they change, there are jokes in between, but these movies are special in the stories they are trying to tell and how they portray their characters. The character development, their fears, and how they grow, and how characters progress. And yeah, I pretty much think the Avengers is cinema, and I think these are underrated movies. I think Endgame should have won Best Picture. I have no idea why Black Panther was nominated. And don't get me wrong, Black Panther's a cool movie, but it's not Best Picture. It's not. It's a typical Marvel movie. It's not as well. I don't think it's even a better movie than Avengers: Civil War. I think T'Challa is a better character in Avengers: Civil War than in Black Panther. In Black Panther, I feel like it's kind of sidelined for everybody else, which I don't get. But that movie was saved by its villain, and that's my opinion. I don't think that movie is the best movie in Marvel's catalog. I don't hype it up as much as other people. I think it's okay. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's in the top 5 Marvel movies. But I do think the way T'Challa was in Civil War was perfect, and I think the way he was written was better in that movie, and I wish we saw more of that T'Challa in Black Panther, but it's not about Black Panther. This is about the Avengers movies, and I think these are amazing movies. These are amazing flicks. I think most of the waters watch them. I think you should rewatch them and just notice like the narrative, the story. Notice Tony, how he overcomes his fears, and what the story is really trying to tell, and what it's really trying to teach about fear, and letting fear guide you, and what fear did to Tony. I think that's what Age of Ultron is. Ultron is representation of Tony's fears. And I did literature, so I know my stuff. So the way it was written was good. These are great stories. All right, thank you for watching. Subscribe. And we out.